Hi, I'm Max, and this is our very first video. I'm very excited to have you here. Now, here at MGNI, we are your boots on the ground real estate experts. Right here in Argentina, we specialize in helping foreign investors like you buy, rent, and invest with confidence, total confidence. No language barrier, no surprises, just straight answers and smooth transactions with nothing lost in translation. So I thought it'd be a good idea to have this, our very first video, tackle the measures that President Milei has just recently taken about a week ago, just under a week ago. And they speak to his broader economic agenda, which is focused on deregulation, which is going to be the magic word here, deregulation and the reduction of state intervention, and of course the encouraging of foreign investment to revitalize Argentina's economy. And this is where it's going to be interesting for you as a foreign investor. So let's talk about three of the biggest things that have been discussed of late regarding this very point. Number one is tax reporting relaxation for undeclared dollars. Now, what does this mean? The government has eliminated tax reporting requirements for the use of undeclared US dollars in transactions, which has allowed in turn for citizens to utilize these funds for major purchases without disclosing their origin. This policy is intended to, you could say, stimulate economic activity and support Milei's vision of an endogenous dollarization where both pesos and dollars will circulate freely. What's called Plan de Reparación Histórica de los Ahorros de los Argentinos, which in Spanish essentially means it is an initiative that will permit the use of these undeclared dollar savings without the need to justify their origin, aiming to attract an estimated $270 billion held outside the official financial system. $270 billion pumped right back to our economy in any number of things that could be used for it, not least of which is real estate, which has always been the silver bullet for investing by locals, and which in turn will create a more market savvy or more healthy market situation for both locals and foreigners. The third item is investment incentives through what's called in Spanish RIGI, which is an acronym for Régimen de Incentivo para Grandes Inversiones, which is aimed towards larger investors. Now, what does this mean? The government has approved a 2.5 billion lithium mining project under this new initiative and this framework, and it will offer tax and customs benefits to large-scale investments. This move is part of a, you could say, broader strategy which will attract foreign investment and bolster key sectors like mining. It's worth remembering Argentina is the 8th largest geography in the world, and we boast one of the largest lithium deposits in the world, along with potable water and other things as well. Now, this is all well and good, but how is it going to affect you in a positive fashion, of course? Well, first and foremost, let's talk about that. There will be an appeal to foreign investors, to be sure. Foreigners often partner with locals for purchases. Now, if locals can now use their undeclared cash freely, they might become more active investment partners. It could also stimulate demand in joint ventures or even flip strategies, which is not something you see a lot of in Argentina. There will be an increased liquidity in the market. More cash becomes available. Individuals holding undeclared dollars, often referred to as under the mattress or debajo del colchón, as we call it, will now feel safer using them to purchase assets such as, wait for it, real estate. There will be a boost in property sales. Buyers who were previously sidelined due to fears of scrutiny or taxation could be seen re-entering the market. There will be less bureaucracy in transactions. In fact, we are already seeing this. With a reduced oversight, fewer transaction delays in documentation hurdles are likely. Real estate professionals, i.e. us, may see, and we are already seeing, faster closings and simpler due diligence, especially for buyers paying in cash, which is what you see more of. Now, There will also be a potential for property value increase. If demand rises due to newly mobilized cash, property prices could possibly inch up. The effect would be, of course, most noticeable in popular or high-demand neighborhoods, talking about possibly Palermo Soho, Palermo Hollywood, Recoleta, Barrio Norte, and of course other pockets of the country where foreign investment is also quite attractive, such as Mendoza, Cordoba, and other provinces where farmland is ripe for the picking. There will be less bureaucracy and paperwork, which we have spoken of, fewer declarations required, transactions become faster. Foreigners can benefit from streamlined deals, especially when using a trusted local broker and team. That is, us. Now, let's talk about a potential pitfall. The one that we have thought of that could obviously come to mind immediately is a possible uptick in money laundering risks. With fewer questions asked, there's a greater risk of illicit funds entering the market, especially via real estate. Now, foreigners should work with reliable brokers, lawyers, and accountants to stay compliant and protected. As a personal note, in terms of what President Milei is looking into doing, he has said something which we have found to be very interesting, which is it is not the role of the federal government, that is to say, the executive branch, to judge or scan or preemptively determine what is this person doing with their money, why are they using this much money. So this is why they are eliminating those restrictions. According to the president, this is the job of the judicial branch. It is the judicial branch that must go out, investigate, and determine if in fact laws are being broken. Not the central bank, not the economic branch of the government, but rather the judicial branch, thereby leaving the rest of the mechanics of the state to let them do what they will, which is all part of the greater scope of what the Austrian school and the laissez-faire and the invisible hand that President Milei professes speak to. Anyways, we hope that this has been useful to you. As Argentina opens its doors wider and wider to foreign investment under President Milei's pro-market reforms, there's never been a better time to get in and never a better team to guide you. So if you have any questions, send us a message, send us an email, drop us a comment, and anything we can do, we're right here. Have a wonderful week.